25 plots. So we are currently opening. We're opening an estate now on 10 hectares of land, which is about 200 plots. 200 plots. So we are doing it. We call it Ovation Downtown Estate. My guys are calling. All those things came as a result of consistent followership of Dr. Stephen. And these things are not just, it did not just happen. And to tell you that the influence of Dr. Stephen is working over my life and also influencing my family. My senior brother is going to be here. I told him about the birthday. He will be landing soon. Same for the program. So Cameroon is fully represented. And we are doing a lot in Cameroon as far as this is concerned because of Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for him one more time. Nigeria is how you welcome people. Give him a round of applause.
And don't forget that I also have Nigeria from Taraba.
Okay, yes. Mohammed, one mindset is required because when I met you, 15 employees, you were doing between 20 to 25 million. And now 450 employees, over $1 billion in transaction. And what you sell is herbal tea. It's just something even cheap. One mindset, because sometimes the mindset is the problem. The mindset to think that you can scale your sales. I watched you in one of our sessions, at some point I was the one pushing, but now I've stopped pushing because when he tells me we did this volume, this is the next volume, I say okay, now it's matching up because before his ambition I felt was too low compared to his potential, right? But now I think his ambition is matching his potential, right? So how do someone watching this and want to have your kind of results in the next 3 years that you have done? What do they need to start doing to their mind? How do they need to start restructuring?
Okay. Thank you once again. What really changed is I was prepared, but I was not glad. Like Mrs. Ogena said earlier, I didn't even believe in myself. That's the thing. There was not that belief that I can do it. And when you measure that, at the time we start hitting these figures, even up to this moment, I still don't believe I'm the one doing it myself. That's how terrible it is. But one thing you did to me was the belief that I can do it. I should also have in mind that, in the midst of chasing these goals, there are times that you face a lot of challenges. But the challenges are not really what should be important to me, but the outcome of those challenges and the lessons I'm going to draw from those challenges. And I can actually be the biggest in the entire universe if I choose to be, and there's nothing that limits me from becoming that person. But one thing I must make sure I do is to train my mind all the time, to invest in knowledge, to invest in relationship, and to also empower my teams in getting the best kind of result I want. Not just myself. For classes that I can afford to go with my team, don't go alone, go with them. Because if they can have access to the information I'm having access to, it becomes much easier for us to achieve the kind of results we want. Now, personally, I can travel and leave my team for 1 month, and I don't have any reason to start calling them, or they don't have any reason to start calling me. Because they've instilled that ownership mentality. They get things done even when nobody is looking, and do it justly, not because I'm going to say something. So what changed is the mind that I can do it, the mind to invest any amount of money, any amount of time, just develop myself, because I am the biggest marketer of the business, the visionary of the business. If I don't have direction, the business will not have direction. If I don't set big goals for the business will not really achieve so much. So what changed was we now set big goals. Like this year, we have a goal to do 100 billion naira in revenue, and we've started, yes. So,
Wow.
really,
Put our hands together for him. That's impressive.
yes. So, and one of the things he said to me too was to actually avoid arrival syndrome, right? There should never get to a point that I feel, oh, I have enough now. There's no need to chase more. So every day should be like a new day. So the result I'm having today was because of the efforts we take yesterday. So we need a better result tomorrow. Something else has to be done today. We cannot repeat the same processes. I expect different results. It means that we have to be taking new actions every day in order to achieve that success that we needed. So I think these are the things that really changed my business entirely. Thank you, sir.
Come on, let's give it up for him. Can we clap for him one more time? How many of you are inspired, by the way, with his story, right? You know, really, this is really inspirational. Yes, Mayowa, one of the things that I noticed with you was, I mean, as at the time I met Mayowa, he was very gifted, very talented. The challenge he had was monetizing it, right? And, you know, you got to pick a few things from me. But what I'm impressed with is how consistent you've then been since then. It's 11 years now. Funny enough, this January makes it, I mean, March makes it 11 that we met. But you've been consistent in growing and evolving as well. You met me with digital marketing, and then you evolve again. Now you add a step to it. Two questions. Number one, how important is it to maintain relationship with those, you know, that God used to influence your evolution, right? Number one. Number two, how is it important to also evolve, constantly evolve? Because just like myself, you have constantly been evolving. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Let me start with the second one. The second one is to be able to understand where you are and understand where you're going and build a framework of vehicle that can take you to that place. When I left Dr. Stephen then, I started my digital marketing agency, started my bulk SMS. However, what was really...
Just for clarity, so Mayowa did internship with our company for 6 months. And by the way, we have that program as well. How many of you are interested? We run a 6 months internship program. After that, you can leave and go start your business, but you kind of have some exposure as to how to really run an organization, particularly at a level of scale. Who is in charge of this? Is the HR around? Can somebody help me get the HR? HR, can you face them? Please come forward so they can see you. So his name is Paul. Clap for him. Move fast now. I know you're a fine boy, but move fast so you can face them. So talk to him if you want to subscribe for the internship programs for 6 months. And it's for people who want to change career. Sometimes maybe you're in the sector, you want to move to real estate. Sometimes you just want, you own your business, but you want to learn sales. Like he already had his business, but he wanted to understand sales. So he came to do 6 months with us. After that, he left to go back to running his business. So you can see Paul after we're done. So Paul, you know, make sure you attend to that. But go ahead.
Okay, so when I started, I discovered that I knew what I wanted, but I didn't have the right framework, the vehicles to take me there. And that was what I got from Dr. C. So when I started my company, the idea was that, okay, I want to raise a company where I have all my expressions sorted out in. And, you know, 3 months down the line after I left Dr. Stephen, it was clear, clients, everything was clear and everything was set. But my involvement was basically asking the right question. Everybody write this down. Quality questions will give you quality answer. Quality answers will produce quality people, and quality people will build the nation. So what
Can you say that again?
Quality answers, questions will give quality answers. Quality answers will give quality people, and quality people
will build
the quality nation. So
or a quality business.
A quality business. Yes. So I see people say they want to have good business, they want to succeed, they want to raise their revenue from 10 million to 100 million, but they are not asking the right questions. So that's the root of it. So for me, I'm always driven by that question, that what should I do next? So when I started my digital marketing agency, I knew that in another 5 years, digital marketing will be everywhere. And I don't want to be everywhere. I wanted to create a solution. I'm solution driven, I'm system driven. I want to sleep and wake up and I can check my account and I've seen 100 million. I want to sleep and wake up and I want to see those numbers. I don't want to always, go after those numbers day by day. So I'm a system person, and that's what I've been building for the past 10 years. So with those questions, I was able to get the right answer, connecting with the right people. That was what made me to evolve. So I moved from digital marketing, moved into building my Owolabi company, which is financial freedom. Currently, we have over 70,000 email lists in less than 3 years. And these are people that pay us every month. I think you should clap. Because when people talk about, I want to make money every month, and I ask them, come on, how many people know that you are in business? Even your neighbor do not even know that you are into real estate. The person sitting beside you at the end of this meeting does not even know you are into real estate. So, and you see, these numbers is not mirage. It is in somebody's pocket. And the people that can afford to pay you, they are also willing to pay you, but they don't know that's what you do. So I evolved into that and I began to ask questions. If I'm going to do 100 million every single month, what type of business can I sell? What kind of solution can I build? Because some of you are sitting here today and you're saying to yourself, I want to make 10 million there. But the business or the line of business you're into right now cannot give you that revenue. So what does that mean for you? You need to find a way to scale, to pivot, or to want to dig deeper. And what do I mean by digging deeper? Every business or every career has 12 streams of income. How many streams of income, everybody? 12 streams of income. What I've discovered is that a lot of us, we always stay around the one we are comfortable with. So let me give you just 3 to 5 out of that income. For example, there's always a product line of every business. There's always a service part of every business. There is always a consultancy or mentorship part of every business. There is always also a training part of every business. So if we take that for example, it means that if you are sitting on mentorship and the money is in products, you need to pivot to that product line. Are we getting the concept right there?
Yeah.
Good. If you have to, so let me give, like Oge said, fashion for example. Some people are sitting down in sewing clothes one by one. There is no way you will sew clothes and one by one in that, and you can raise 100 million in a month. So it means that either you increase your customer audience from people that can sew clothes by 20 million, then you can sew 5 in a month. You get the numbers right there. Good. And that means that you don't want to also stay there. You want to start training people so that you can raise more revenue. So I see a lot of people say, oh, I want to pivot, I want to make more money. But you have to look inward to answer all those questions. If I keep doing this, can I ever make 100 million? So that is what has shifted me, because SMS, for crying out loud, is 50 kobo per one. For me to make profit is like 2 kobo out of 50 kobo. when will I become a billionaire? So those were the questions I was asking myself 10 years ago. Come on, Dad. So, and as I begin to answer those questions, then I begin to what? Evolve. I started attending more trainings. I started paying for more mentorship. You know, I was telling somebody that, by the way, I'm a neuromarketing expert. And to become a neuromarketer globally, you need to pay an average of 5,000 to 12,000 US dollars. The first time I was going to pay for that, I said, what are you looking for? You want to pay somebody $5,000 to pay you for what's marketing? And a mindset is telling me, can't I get it on YouTube? But the question is, this person I want to learn neuromarketing from has done, his business is doing over $5 to $6 billion every single year. So it means that I want to do the same number, and I raise the money to pay for that mentorship. So that is what evolving is all about. To know that I'm in fashion line, I'm in real estate, there is something I need to change, there is something I need to add, there is something I need to go pay for that can allow me move from my 1 million naira commission every month to 10 million naira commission every month. So that is how it is. So for me, I tell people, training and mentorship allows you to collapse the years. So if it's going to naturally take you 10 years or 5 years, training and mentorship will collapse the year for me. And that is why every business I have started since that time, I always have a mentor who has an average of 15 years in that business. The business was starting in March. The person consulting for me has over 15 years experience and has done an average of $1 billion, $2 billion from that business. So, and that subsidiary need to run. And that's what evolving is all about. And what is pushing me, and I'm going to share publicly, is because one day I went for a training and the man was coming in from Ghana. And he said, from Ghana, he has 40 companies in Ghana. How many companies, everyone? 40 companies. And from airport to the event, he sets up 3 businesses he has to start in Nigeria in less than a year. And I'm asking myself, at that time, I only had one business. Even the one business is not even taking me home. And you are coming from Ghana to come and start another business. Then that was what led me to go study Richard Branson, that has over 4,000 companies, and he has one head. Everybody say one head.
One head.
And you just have one head, and you can only handle one. So training, mentorship allows you to collapse those things, and pivoting for me, I added system to it. So system allows me that I'm here right now, and people are paying online for a lot of my services. I'm here right now, my sales teams are making money. Systems. Everybody shout systems. Good. So that's the checklist for me to be able to pivot from digital marketing to financial freedom and to real estate. Then the last part is the first one Dr. Stephen asked, the relationship part. I think for me is to learn how to service every relationship. You see, when you close the last door, there's a higher chance that the new door will not open. And you must also accept that everyone that you come across are doors. Everyone. So if you try to jam one or close one, don't expect a new door to open. By the way, I would have started real estate earlier before, because doctor started, 8 years after I started. I started 2 years after doctor started. Yes, doctor started. 8 years after doctor started. I would have pivoted earlier, but I also knew, wisdom and case studies I have studied, that it was not the right time. So each time I go to see doctor, I share the vision that I'm going to start real estate. But the question is, when are you starting? I told you, I'm working on it. But if I I had jammed that door 10 years ago, this is 11 years right here, and I'm still with Dr. Stephen. So I service the relationship, I invest in relationship, and I keep the work going. So identify that relationship today and ask yourself, what do I need to do to keep servicing this relationship? There was a particular event when I left Dr. Stephen, and he said, it's my birthday, and this is it. And I said, oh, sir, I would like to pay for the hall. And Dr. said, are you sure? I said, yes, sir. Let me be sincere with you. That transaction, I didn't have that profit or that money to pay for the hall as at that time. But guess what? I weighed the option that what can I do to Dr. Stephen that can put me in his mind, to move from his head to his mind. Everybody say, move from the head to the heart. Shout it again, move from the head to the heart. The reason why you are not making sales is because you are in the person's head. The reason why people prefer Coca-Cola over Pepsi is that Coca-Cola is in the heart, Pepsi is in the head. The reason why Dr. Stephen will call me 001 is not because I am that special. It's because I identified a way to salvage the relationship. And I think it was about 6 years ago, I said I was going to pay for the hall. And when I paid for the hall, 3 years after, Dr. Stephen, how? My protege, my guy. I said, hey, wow. So hit somebody angrily beside you. Say, move to the heart, move to the heart. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's put our hands together for him. And by the way, I've been so honored, right? All of these people, your gifts, and everybody watching. So, thank you, right? I've been spoiled. That's all I will say. Thank you. I'm humble. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So 2 questions for you. For ladies, and this is very important. I noticed that ladies, again, apologize if it sounds funny. It's even men who are handsome and ladies who are beautiful tend to think that everything is supposed to just come easy for them. So you hardly find them being intentional to want to grind, right? Because they're just used to, everybody just want to help, everybody just want to give. How do ladies and men as well, who naturally, because of their charm, get things a lot easier, begin to change their mindset to, I want to build a beautiful business, I want to build a handsome business. I don't want my life to just be about beauty, I want it to also be about brain, I want it to be about value that I'm also offering. That's number one. Number two, how do people work on their hunger level? One of the things I admire about you, yes, audacity, but you're hungry for success, even when it's not as if you don't have it, heaven will fall. But there's just that ambition. How do you think people who are from your background, I mean, virtually all your siblings are in the US, you could have joined them, but you're still here in Japan, you're still hustling in Nigeria. So people who come from that background who tend to want to be laid back, how do they generate, a sense of hunger for success?
Thank you very much, sir. So I'll start with the first question. I don't think it's about just beautiful ladies or beautiful men. And I'm saying this boldly because I'm a Nigerian, born bred in Nigeria, 50% Ikwere, 50% Owerri, born in Ibadan, raised in Abuja. So I'm a total Nigerian, right? So whatever I'm saying right now is not coming from a place of bias, because I have experienced virtually every part of Nigeria. So I think it is just a generational and a Nigerian thing. We are highly entitled people. Highly, highly, highly entitled. And that entitlement mentality would lead you nowhere. We come from a society where you hear a 21-year-old telling you how they are not in school because their uncle refused to pay the school fees for them. I don't understand, sir. That's Igbo. In English, Pidgin. What's do your hands? Right? Growing up, so recently, DSA said something to me. He said, okay, it's not like you were a poor kid. Why are you? Do you remember when you asked that? He said, okay, it's not like you're poor now. You didn't come from a poor home. So why do you like to just grind? I I do like to grind because if you do have people that you look up to, maybe they are role models, maybe they are mentors, please name one who isn't grinding. There's a popular song, Dangote, 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 still they find money. So who the hell are you not to find money? Aren't you tired of poverty? My mom would say to me that so long as you can walk with your hands and get on your knees to pray, everything you seek to find, you will find. And so to any young person listening to me, whether you are Gen Z, whether you are millennial, I feel so sorry for you if you are still stuck in the entitlement mentality, in the space where you expect your father or mother to get things done for you, especially when they have done their best to give you the best kind of education they could have. There's a popular saying that if you are born poor, it is on your parents. But if you're still poor right now, it is on you. And it's mainly because you are just bloody lazy. It is not Tinubu, it is not APC, it is not the owner of your company, it is not because the minimum wage is low, it is because you are just lazy. And laziness will take you nowhere. Laziness will give you no relevance. And we live in a world where nobody buys the best product, people buy the best known product. And he said, move from their heads to their minds. So if you're still, do you know the population of Nigeria? We're a lot of people. And you're lazy. And I'm saying this because for me, it touched me personally because I have staff who do not just take work seriously. And they tell you how, I'm in Abuja, we barely have traffic. And we still come late to work. I don't know what you want to achieve for yourself, but for me, I'm done dragging people, done pulling people up. And leaders in the room can attest to what I'm saying. You know, sometimes we sincerely want to see the best in people, but you cannot give somebody the best when they do not want the best. I don't know if I'm communicating. And so it might be your team members, it might be your friends, it might be your neighbors, it might be your family members. Until you cut that umbilical cord of whatever friendship that isn't bringing value to you, of whatever relationship that isn't bringing value to you, of whatever, give me the word, association that isn't giving value to you. Because I don't know about you, but I don't think we have anybody in this room who is less than 18 years of age. Do we have anybody who is 18? Can you wave? Meaning that everybody here is old. Respectfully and disrespectfully so. So ask yourself, in the next 5 years, given how things are going in terms of inflation, I was asking someone recently, the way we are going, can our children afford to buy real estate? Aren't you guys afraid? Park View, 4-bedroom terrace, 35 million. How? I think when that stuff used to be 4.5 million. Yes, rent, and it is not going down, guys. It is not going down. Or you think it's going to get better when maybe your presidential candidate wins? No! In Nigeria, it doesn't come down. Ahead. So ask yourself, if your dream home as at 3 years ago, which you couldn't buy because you thought you didn't have enough money to pay, am I communicating? That dream home was what? Let's say 40 million naira, Abi? And that 40 million is probably Aja. I don't really know Lagos, correct me if I'm wrong. I can guarantee you that you may not find a 40 million naira terrace in Aja today, and you are still lazy. Hey, God, I beg. And you still do not want to work? You are still waiting for your uncle to help you? Oh well, may the Lord grant you wisdom. With these few points of mine, I'm done with that question. He who has ears, let them hear. Because you do not even need a mentor, respectfully, sir. See, there's a way hunger go catch you. You don't need your pastor. You by yourself, you will do staff meeting. You will do annual general meeting. You can join with the open now. As how now? Now like this we go today. And you are in Lagos, a city of hustlers. And you are not hungry. Oh well. Sir, can I go to the next question, sir?
It's gone for okay. And she's very true. You have to, it's getting harder to succeed by the day. It's getting harder. So you really, really have to self-inspire, self-motivate. Right? You can't have luxury. Somebody said, excuses are the tool of the incompetent. They are monuments of nothingness. Those that use them are not wise. Excuses are the what? Can we all chorus again? Want to go? Excuses are the tool of the incompetent. They are monuments of nothingness. Those that use them are not wise. One more time, loudly. Excuses are the tool of the incompetent. They are monuments of nothingness. And those that use them are not wise.
Never be wise.
They can never be wise. So it's time to rise up, right? Because there will always be something stopping you from achieving anything you want to achieve. There's nothing I've ever done in my life that has been easy. Our first estate, I was running a digital marketing class, and I was announcing, I said, I'm about to start a real estate development company. I didn't have the money, but because my words said it, a participant there said, I have 200 acres in Ikorodu, that he was in that class. I think, yes, that was his class. And he said, I have 200 acres, and I'm willing to give you 50 acres. As you sell, you can pay me. You have integrity. And that was how the journey started, ladies and gentlemen. That's how the journey started. In fact, I took my friend to that land. He said, this land is waterlogged. It's rich people that start real estate with waterlogged land. I took my brother there, the same thing. But I remember a quote, always do the impossible with the available. God will always give you what is available, or you figure out how to do the impossible with it. There will never be a perfect moment. You will never have a perfect condition for any great idea. Are you learning today? Imagine I didn't start 11 years ago. Imagine I didn't start. Imagine I kept saying, well, when I get a dry land, the land didn't have C of O. Imagine I said, when I get the land with C of O. And that's what many people are doing, just giving excuses. You know, why they will do it later. I'll get mentor later. I'll get partners later. I keep saying to myself, what if 5 years ago I didn't begin to get people like Cosmos Maduka in my life? I will have crashed because I would think something is wrong with me when I was actually on the right course. I told you earlier, I said, I was complaining to one of my mentors, he smiled. He said, I once had 100 court cases. You're on the right path. This is how we break through. You're on the right. Now, imagine I didn't have that person. And then there were one or two challenges and complaints. What will I say? Maybe I'm doing wrong. And many of you have quit on great ideas just because of what people said. Do you know what I'm saying? I was in Ikoyi prison yesterday. Over 1,000 guys. More than 80% of them have not been convicted. Some of them were business owners like you. They did business with someone, the person said, I want my money back. They felt they didn't get their money back, and they locked them up. And they're in prison. They can be there for 5 years because what they will just do is to make the bail condition very difficult. And once you can't meet your bail condition, you can be in prison for the next 5 to 10 years. For a crime that you have not even been convicted for. That's the kind of country you are in. Right? So don't joke with the role of what everybody has said here. Having people who can guide you, because sometimes you're right. You are about to hit something big. Does that make sense at all? But it looks as if everything will crumble, but you're on the right track. But if you don't even have somebody to keep encouraging you, that keep going. Keep going. It's darkest before dawn. Have you been blessed today? I wish we can continue with them, but we have to go. But good news is that these are also part of the people you are meeting in the coaching community. Some of them have been my mentees for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. but they also will hold you in that community, and we are building something great together. Who is excited? So the conversation continues. They are also going to be speaking, I just telling them, during the Business Growth Conference, I'm putting together a session for mentees like this, because their stories need to be heard as well. And it gives you hope, because some of you are sitting there and say, when will I ever become a Mohammed? When will I become this Bamdele? Or, you know, but you can. They started 1 day, 2, and it was never easy the day they started. None of these people here was it easy to start mentorship with me, whether the cost of paying for it or even enduring the rigorousness of me being your mentor. I'm a tough mentor because my standards are high. Does that make sense at all?
Yes, sir.
I just told you now, I remember when Mohammed would come and be bragging, because he was looking at it from where he was coming from. Oh, now we have 50 staff. Oh, now we are doing 50 million every month.
I remember in January 2025, yeah, that was the first time we hit 150 employees, yeah, and I was proud of myself, you know, and then when I come, he said just that, right, but from that time till the end of the year, we actually grew 10x because of that just one statement of just that. Yeah.
So, do you agree you need a push? Tell your neighbor, I need a push, I need a push, I need someone to push me. Right? You need someone to push you, to be honest, and that's really what you get through mentorship. Congratulations, by the way, to those of you who have signed up. Someone just messaged me, I've paid my 5 million, I can't wait. Let me announce a bonus that we are doing. On Friday morning, those of you who are joining the highest coaching package, we are going to be having a breakfast session with the American billionaire that we brought, Michael Roberts, 8 a.m. right to 11. I'm just taking 30 people, no more than 30. So it's for the first 30. You have breakfast. I'm paying for your breakfast. You will have opportunity to connect with him, have his contact, discuss with him, and build a great relationship that can turn to something else. So those who have I already have, by the way, if you are already signed up, can I see your hands up so that I know the first set of people? Kike, where are you? Where's Kike? Let her come up now. Where is she? Yes. So I have Mr. Martins already. Where's Mr. Martins? Can you wave? So your seat has been secured for breakfast on Friday, 8 a.m. Where is he? Where is he now? It's at the back. Okay, it's waving. So Kike, get his detail and secure his. Who else has gotten sorted their payments? I want to confirm before we leave. Who else? Yeah, no, it's for it's either the 1 million or the 5 million that I'm taking. First 30 for the 1 million or the 5 million, so that you are part of our breakfast on Friday morning. Who is also a pastor, you own a ministry, you founded a ministry rather, or you are the senior pastor of a ministry. Can I see your hands up? Just come on, quickly. You're a founder of a ministry, or you are the senior pastor of a ministry. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the five. So the 5 of you tomorrow, join us at Delboro. You will be having a breakfast with Pastor Dave Boro. He's going to be having a leadership session with you about your ministry, about structure, about strategy, about succession. Like I told you when the late Mas Moro storm it was tragic, and we all know the story, right? Now he had to take over, and God helped him. Not one member left the ministry, and not just that, the ministry grew by 15% the first 1 year. You want mentorship from someone like that, isn't it? Right? So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Delboro Hotel. So please, Kike, you have, Joshua, you have, okay, you handle that. Lady. So the 6 of you, you have a session with Pastor Dave Boro tomorrow, okay? So God bless you. You can go back. Make sure they get your details. Okay, please, for those of you who make sure that you have paid either the 1 million one or the 5 million one, and make sure that they confirm your seats for Friday breakfast with Michael Roberts. It's going to be really awesome. Just 30 slots is what we have, you know, and it's just going to be very transformational. I promise you. I'll also be there. We're going to really, this year, those who are committed, we are taking you to the next level. Your completion with our help, you are moving to the next level. Can you agree with me? Yes. And how many of you think it's good to have a billionaire in dollars a mentor? Because that's what you are getting access to on Friday, and all the sessions we're also going to be doing subsequently. Okay? Thank you very much for being part. I appreciate you all. I wish we had more time, but we need to wrap up, okay? Can you give them a huge round of applause to all these amazing mentee of mine? Please celebrate them, celebrate them.
Can you please give them a round of applause? Please don't go, let's take a picture before you get back to your seats. Please take it. Thank you very much.
We're still going to do that with everyone. So SOP, when we are done, we'll have the drone this way. All of us will stand and we'll shout DSA at 40. And you'll find it on my page. You can use your phone as well, and then we can all post it. Does that make sense? Yes. Please clap for them one more time.
Thank you so much. Round of applause for them. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John. Dr. Stevens' mentee. Yes, she just landed this morning. Gorgeously amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam President.
Thank you very much. I just arrived.
Yes, well, here's my page. I did you from Abuja. All right, so we are going into the next final session, Dr. Stevens Target Mastermind. And these are two brilliant minds. And we want to know how they did it. One of them is a seed from Dr. Miles Monroe, who has been able to lead the church in Bahamas and take it to greater heights. And like Dr. Stephen Randy said, we also have Mr. Michael Robert, a billionaire, who is going to be taking us through the billionaire's mind. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, please can we welcome Pastor Dave Boro. A round of applause for him as he comes on stage. And can we also make welcome Mr. Michael Roberts. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Please don't stop clapping. Pastor Dave Boro is on the stage. Thank you.
Please, one more time, can we put our hands together for them? I want you to really help me thank them because they came all the way from Bahamas. Michael Roberts is based in the US, Pastor Dave is based in Bahamas, but he has a beautiful castle. He invited me to do, I think, New Year Eve, right? The eve of New Year Eve in its massive castle. You see why you should have billionaire friends in Bahamas. Though I couldn't make it, but I know next year I definitely will not miss it. But they all had to come long drive, I think 14 hours from Atlanta, and both of them are in their late 60s, so you can imagine the stress. Can we celebrate that they decided to honor us to come? Please, I want it to be louder. Come on. All the way. They came for you to celebrate. Okay, then, so do you want to move? They want us to move the chair for production. Okay, awesome. So one more time, please celebrate them for coming all the way to be part of this event. And today, like I said, is not the main conversation, but I just wanted you guys to get to meet them, right? So let me start with Pastor Dave Boro. If you would like to introduce yourself. It's in Nigeria for the first time. For the first time. So let us meet you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to be with you, and a pleasure to be here in Nigeria for the first time. As was mentioned, I am Dr. Dave Burrows, and I am from the Bahamas, and I have been mentored by Dr. Miles Monroe, and I also co-founded the ministry with him. And my life is a story of transformation, because I was a drug dealer at 13 years old and ended up in a lot of problems. But my life was transformed when I was introduced to the message of the gospel, and my life changed forever. I ended up graduating from college, and it was in college that I met Dr. Monroe, became my mentor, and I was the first youth pastor at Bahamas Faith Ministries, and I also ran the international organization of Miles Monroe International. I served as vice president, and I am also, in addition to ministry, my life has been a combination of ministry and business. Initially, it was the wrong business.
That's the drug business.
But today, I also, I'm in business. I own a computer company, a publishing company, and I have spent a significant amount of time working to transform the lives of others. So I've helped a number of gang members and criminals become entrepreneurs. Some of them are serving in the church now. One of them is the senior pastor of 2 of our churches. And I've also been able to consult with governments globally on how to transform young people from crime, drugs, gangs, into productive citizens, into transformed individuals. So my journey is a testimony of what is possible. It doesn't matter where you start if you have the right direction. And I've also learned that there are only 2 ways to live. And until you find the second way to live, then you just exist. You either live by instinct or purpose. Animals were designed to live by instinct. Humans were designed to live by purpose. What happens in the world today is that most people are living by instinct. So an animal wakes up in the morning with no agenda, no purpose. What they do is they respond to their environment. So a dog sees another dog and he just follows his instinct. What that creates for an animal is an unstructured life. You just hop on another dog and babies come, and there are no provisions. Humans who are in the sovereign class, sovereign means capable of self-governance and self-rule. Humans have the ability to live on purpose. So each of us has a destiny, there's a design. If we learn to live on purpose, then we rise above the animal state and we can achieve the destiny that God has for us. And God's blessed me in many different ways, and it's just a pleasure for me to share. I travel the world sharing not only the good news of the gospel, but also a lot about what was shared today. How you can make your life count and how you can be productive. Because one of the first things that God designed in man is the ability to produce and to reproduce. And if you are not producing, and if you are not working, you're going backwards because it goes against your design. I tell young people all the time, I say to them, I said, never say, I don't have a job. Because you were never designed